Joining me now is Medal of Honor recipient Dakota Meyer. So good to see you today. You know, it was remarkable listening to those speeches from President Trump and from Secretary Pete Hegseth. What do those speeches mean for people who have served and the families of those who have served?
You know, Charlie, I mean, what an honor it is to not only serve this nation and to wear the nation's cloth and to be able to be part of such an incredible organization that does so much on behalf of our country. But, you know, days like today are something that aren't only special to us as men and women who wear the uniform, but to our nation. I mean, it is the cost of freedom. It's the cost and it's the oath that each one of these great human beings are willing to give at a moment's notice because they believe in this idea, they believe it's worth it, because it is.
You recently decided to re-enlist after a number of years. Why did you decide to re-enlist?
You know, the short answer to it is, and the most genuine, authentic answer is my daughters will either grow up reading about people like that I'm getting to serve with, or they're going to get to grow up knowing them. And, you know, it's such an honor to be able to come back in the fold, to be able to put the uniform back on, and to be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with the best that our country has to offer.
You know, it's interesting when you look at the actual numbers of recruitment successes, and of course, you know, the numbers before President Trump got reelected. All the numbers for all of the different branches were going very much in the wrong direction, and I would call that probably I cannot think of a more existential problem than the idea of not being able to get people to sign up to serve in the military. And all of those numbers have exploded in the past 6 months. I would imagine it's a lot of people thinking along the same lines that you're thinking. What does that do for the country when you have people who suddenly have a renewed faith in the leadership that their service is valued?
Look, I think one of the most important things to always recognize about our uniformed service members and how we do business in this country is that we swear an allegiance to the Constitution, and that we swear an allegiance to the piece of paper, to the people of the United States of America. And I think that what makes us so lethal is not just our weapon systems, not just our technology, not just our leadership, but it's the sheer power and the belief that these service members, it's an all-volunteer force. Nobody is making anybody join the military. Nobody is forcing them to serve. These people are serving. They're raising their right hands, and they're saying, hey, look, like, not only do I believe in this cause, but I believe in this cause so much that I'm willing to go serve it, and I'm willing to go sacrifice everything that I have in order to make sure that I am standing up for people who can't stand up, or to go and fight for this idea to ensure that freedom is protected for generations.
You know, it's kind of humbling to think about today, but we celebrate people who gave the ultimate sacrifice. But of course, before they gave the ultimate sacrifice, they sacrificed lots and lots and lots before that. A lot of time, many people years. On this Memorial Day, who are some of the people that you're thinking of in terms of that kind of service?
I think it's so many of them, right? You got a Sergeant Abate, you've got Gunny Kennefick, you've got Doc Layton, Doc Cannon, you've got Sergeant Joe Reitzman, who passed away not in a gunfight, but passed away trying to save an Afghan in a river. I mean, you've got so many people. I mean, you got Lieutenant Johnson, you know, Sergeant First Class Kenneth Westbrook. I mean, there's so many names to name that we could be here all day. You know, and every one of those people, I believe, with every moral fiber of my being, they would not want us to be sad today. Today's a day about honor. It's about honoring them. It's about honoring their sacrifices. And it's a re-upping of understanding and remembering of the commitment of the oath that we ask these men and women that wear the uniform to make. We ask them to be willing to perform the impossible, even up to the cost of their tomorrows, of their life. You know, you think about these moments we get, you think about these times we get, you think about all these little moments with your family, your friends, the happiness, the joy you feel. You know, these men and women, we ask them to give all that up at a moment's notice so that we can have those moments. So make the most out of those moments. You know, make sure that you're living a life that's worthy of those sacrifices. Make sure that we live today, you know, understanding that they gave their tomorrows.
Beautifully, beautifully said. Dakota, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.